going live. Hello, guys. It's just me. I thought I'd come on and we just do a chit chat for anybody that's available. I'll see if anybody pops in. I've got to go grocery shopping, but I thought I would come on and say hello to anybody that might be out there, wants to chit chat. I don't have any art planned for today. Today's all about running errands, and if the weather will let me, I've got to finish mowing this huge lawn up here. But other than that, it's just a prep day, working on a grocery list. Now, Cat's been to the vet, got his shot, so all of our animals are up to date with shots. So that's what I was doing. And I wanted to go over some things about the chat. When you're doing a live, it's not always easy to see who's come in the room. And I try very hard to say hi to everybody that comes in, but sometimes it's hard to do when you're trying to put on a display of a project and keep up with chat. It's like, trying to continue a conversation and someone passes you the egg salad, it's a juggling act. Hi, Janet. Hi, Dawn. So I try very hard. I'm not upset with anybody. Everything's cool. I get when a lot of people come in the chat, and we had a lot of people in the chat last few times. And something else, unless somebody says something, I can tell there are 4 people watching, but I don't necessarily know who they are until they say something. So I know Dawn's here, I know Janet's here, and I know Laura is here, okay? So that's 3 out of the 4. So I'm the 4th. They include you in that count in case, somebody needed to know that. So yeah, when it says you've got 2 people watching, one of them's yourself. I don't understand why they do that, but anyway. Yeah, I like blue and purple, because blue goes with my eyes and purple goes with just about anything. Ha! Mary caught me. Oh no. But yeah, and look, you guys, look, this side of my hair always flips up and this side always goes under. And the hairstylist always tell me, oh, you've just got to train it. My hair is untrainable. I just let it do its own thing. I'm 54 years old. It can do whatever it wants now. Hi, Ruth Lamb. And I just wanted to mention, I was watching some of my live from the other night, and I missed a question from Kendra Collins, and she asked if you could use your acrylic blocks like I did those glass coasters, and I don't see why not. Any 2 smooth surfaces that you can smush paint between, and pull apart easily, you can get that kind of, I call it a brain pattern, because that's what it always looks like, because your glob of paint is rounded when you squish it, and then when you pull it off, it looks just like brain tissue. So I don't see why you couldn't use your stamping blocks. Yeah, and you know what, Dawn, I've given up with trying to make it behave. I figure I would rather spend my time doing art than worrying about my hair. Oh, Dawn, you've been working on your painty papers. The ones that I did yesterday, I have on the table over there, but I've got myself set up and I'm sitting cross-legged. And if I move anything, something's going to fall. So I'm just going to stay right here. I'll share those papers another time. But I got the cutest little pieces of posty paper that's all painted, ready to go on projects. Somebody mentioned during Mary's live to use them like fabric and do like a quilt pattern. But I was thinking how cool it would be to just stick them down and just do, what was the artist that did the lines? You could do the block and then maybe do a black line and cut different size pieces of colorful paper and then just do black lines in between with a marker. I think that would look cool too. So I know a lot of people are working on painting paper. We should have the mailmen all real busy here shortly, huh? The laundry starch thing is a lot of fun, but you cannot hang those papers. They have to lay flat, because if you hang them, it'll just droop and sag. So you got to have plenty of room. I have taken a clear shower curtain, which you can get like at Dollar General for $2. It doesn't have to be an expensive one, just a liner. And you can lay it on your bed. I've done this, and lay a shower curtain on the bed. And then I have somewhere to lay a bunch of sheets to dry flat. But yeah, if you try to hang those suckers with that starch, it'll just blow off the page. Yeah, Dawn, you know what? I get put in timeout on Mary's streams all the time. They put me in timeout. Yes, Piet Mondrian. Yes, that's it. They up at the post office here that I take the envelopes to mail out. They've all three of the mail folks that work the counter. They go, oh, another pretty envelope coming through. I think he was kind of disappointed when I mailed the quilt round robin, because I just put it in a great big brown envelope that I hadn't decorated. So, and I mailed that off to Barb Filion. So, yeah. Dawn, you just got to be in the right room at the right time, where you're the one doing a bunch of the talking, and bam, they'll stick you in timeout. I guess that's the equivalent of the third grade teacher that gets fed up with you being a chatterbox in the center or toward the back of the room, and she sticks you in the corner. I didn't like my third grade teacher. She put me in the corner. Mary, I bet you got quite a tub of stuff going. It's just, oh, you're just too tired to go to the garage sales. We've got to go down to the house tomorrow and work, and Scott's not been feeling good. And he's got arthritis in his ankle, and his ankles have been really bothering him because they've had him out on the production floor a lot this week, and it doesn't have at the workstation, each workstation will have that memory foam type stuff to relieve the pressure on your legs. Well, out on the main floor where he's walking, it's just concrete. So it's not been a very good week for him, and I can't imagine us doing ladder work, you guys. I don't know what we'll do this week. Scott brought home a piece of foam, but he says he wants it for something else, so I can't snitch it. But it's just gray, really firm foam. If he has any left over after he's done, I'm going to add a piece of that to my box too. Oh, good idea. Is it one of those that has like the 3 fingers? Because that would be cool, because you could dip it in the paint and then get 3 big dots. Making me want to go to the dollar store. I'm going to be right by Dollar Tree. I might run in Dollar Tree before I go into the Walmart. We used to never shop at Walmart until we moved to the upstate, because there's not a lot of grocery stores up here. There's not a lot of grocery store competition. We have Bilo, Ingles, Walmart and Walmart markets. And do you know if you go in a Walmart market, you'll pay more for the groceries than if you just go to a regular big box Walmart? Just an FYI. I noticed that the eggs were over $5 for 2 of those 18 packs wrapped together. And then at the big Walmart out in Travelers Rest, they're only a little over $2 for 2 18 counts. So I make the drive out to the other Walmart. And I asked about that at the Walmart market, which is closer. And she said, oh yeah, there's a lot of products that do that in the store. And our bacon that we get with nitrate free, it's twice as much at the market as it is at that big box Walmart grocery department store combination thing. So just an FYI. Oh, I wonder if it's a battery operated one. Oh, it's just a roller with a bunch of dots. Might have to look that up. Yeah, Dawn does videos. Hi, Gareth. How are you? I missed your live yesterday because I was in Lisa's live at My Eclectic Life. So sometimes I'll have to pop in, say hello, watch what you're doing for a while, and then jump and pop in on somebody else because at one time I had in your subscriber page, I had 6 people had gone live all at the same time. So it's getting to where everybody's enjoying doing the lives. Oh, you can see my neck is almost better. My arm is almost better here. Where the cats gave me poison ivy. So I figured today, with having to hold Howie at the vet and stuff, I'll probably break out in poison ivy again because he goes in the woods and rolls around in it, I think. Yeah, Dawn's been making hot road trips to the ER and stuff. That's no good. So I hope you get some definitive news as to what they can do for you, Dawn. Got you, Gareth. Well, thank you for popping in. We are currently at 91 degrees Fahrenheit here. I need to finish the lawn, but I'm going to wait till 3 or 4 o'clock because yesterday I was mowing the lawn at about 1 p.m. and it was only in the 80s yesterday, but the humidity level was at 45%. So it was like trying to breathe water. And so I came in and sat and watched Lisa for a while. Yeah, just if you go into a Walmart market, you might pay more than just the regular Walmart, Mary. Even store to store prices differ. It drives me up the wall. Hi, Danny. I think it's Danny's. No, I don't know. I've got somebody's journal here. This is Kendra's journal. So I'm not going to show the pages, but this is her journal that she made up. It's really pretty. And on the front, she says, creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. Create at home with G is Gareth, guys. Oh, I had wicked bad thunderstorms the other day when I was live. I can't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday. I had a clap of thunder and a bolt of lightning at just about the same time. So it hit somewhere nearby, scared the daylights out of me. I made up some new words for it. Hi, Vicky S. How are you today? Yeah, even my I have a quilting friend up in Maine, and she said the humidity is very high up there even. And usually you can go north in the United States and escape a lot of the humidity. You just get drier heat. Oh, I missed something. Mary was saying something. I hadn't seen that about the premiere. I have seen where you can get YouTube Red, where you can watch TV, I guess. I might have to check into that just to see what it's about. Oh, okay. It will be a service where everyone can watch your video at the same time, and you can do a chat with them too. So kind of like what's the other? Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. It'll come to me. That thunder boom scared me. It's a wonder I didn't wet my pants. It was really loud and it shook this whole little house. We drove by a little house today. It's not really a little house. It's 1,700 and something square feet on a little over an acre of land. It's just we're not in a position to buy, but I want to keep watch of what's available and how much it sells for, so we can get used to the areas around. Lovely Deja is here. Oh, okay. Oh, hot. Deja, I think all of us will say hot. No, I'm Ellie. Who is Michelle? Yeah, I don't. I have a Netflix membership that I pay, or a not membership. What is it? I get Netflix so I can watch BBC shows. She was trying to use her member, or remember. What was it? My grandmother used to say, "My forgetterer is better than my rememberer." Is what she would tell people when she couldn't remember things. So, so is everybody just trying to stay cool today, or are they working on painty papers, or do you got a project in mind? I want to start a big project and try to work on it a little each week. Do a little bit. My nephew, who's in Navy officer school, he's getting married next June. So I need to come up with a gift for him, and I still owe his sister a wedding gift. So I need to make a couple quilts maybe up. Yeah, it's 90-ish here in South Carolina in the upstate. But the humidity is what's dragging us down. You go out and it's like you get a ton of water just square into your lungs. Janet's doing painty papers with the AC on. And Danny's working on Janet's journal. Excuse me. We had Chinese for lunch, and it's not doing me well. I had Kung Pao shrimp, and Scott got Kung Pao chicken, but he also got an egg roll. But we both got hot sour soup. That's our. In fact, the lady at the Chinese restaurant, she goes, "Hot sour soup," and we said, "Yep, 2, small or large." Because sometimes if we're sick, we'll get just a large bowl of hot sour soup and a couple egg rolls, and that's plenty. Because their large bowls are like this big by about that deep. Yes, all of the cats came back. They're all outside right now. And Howie is very upset with me because, I took him to the VET today. And, when they go to the vet does naughty things to them. And they don't like it. And he howled and cried the whole way there and the whole way back. Scott had to take his brand new glasses back to Walmart. So he went to Travelers Rest that way. And I went to Easley that way. And so we divided and conquered tasks. I took care of the cat. He took his glasses back. And what they had done when they did his glasses, it's a plastic frame, and they overheated it. And he said he could hear the lens inside the frame going every time he would like wrinkle his forehead or move his ears or whatever. And so they said, "Oh, we can fix that." He said, "No, once you heat plastic up and you've distorted it, you'll never get it back." And so they gave him another pair of frames for free, because they had messed them up. Janet, don't be worried about it. I love your paper. I think they'll be perfect for the painty paper thing. Yes. We both like the egg rolls, but they make a spring roll there, and it comes with the egg rolls. You get 1 egg roll. If you order spring rolls, they give you 2 spring rolls, and they have a lighter wonton shell around the outside, and they serve it with this sauce that's got like they do a pretty little dish of 2 sauces together with a ribbon. And I think the ribbon that they put in the sauce is just a strip of wasabi. And if you didn't know that and you just dip straight in and you got straight wasabi, man, that stuff will make your eyes water and your face light up. It's very hot. You have a kitten? What kind of kitten do you have, Ellie? I love my cats, you guys. They're like my replacement kids since my kids grown, and I don't have grandchildren. So I have 2 grandkitties, which is Piper and Cole, that live with Greg, and he takes care of our dogs because I don't have a fenced yard here, and the house isn't big enough to have the dogs and 3 cats here. So my poor old dogs live down there with Greg. And then we have the 3 cats here that were the first litter of kittens that a mama cat dumped on us the first year we were up here. Yeah, they come back. I'm thinking there's something in the woods that they can get into to hide, because when Howie came back, he wasn't wet at all. Callie, she just gets under the bushes and sits there till it's over. She came back soaked, so I had to dry her with a towel. Uh-oh. I think Janet's painty papers are awesome. I'd love to get some. Danny said if you send some to her, she'd love it. But if you send someone that says they're too busy, go ahead and tell them to send them on to her. I don't know about a person that's just entered, so thank you, Janet. I love Maine Coon cats. My son brought in a kitten one time, Nikki, our long-haired orange cat that passed away a few years back. And he would purr almost constantly, and he had little old man sounds. Like if he was asleep in a chair, you would hear him groan like a little old man. Oh, it was funny. If I was sick, he would come and climb on me and just lay with me and sleep with me while I was sick. He was just the most precious cat. Yeah, see, I'm going to do a whole mix of different kinds of paper and like do like a sheet of each type, like a piece of the tracing paper, a piece of the ledger paper, some of my just on copy paper stuff. And I just do a little mix of 6 different things and just send them. I think that would make a really neat section for a book. Yes, if you're a member of my Facebook group, we're doing one in there. My group is actually closed now because I've reached the maximum that I put on it of 130 members. But Lisa at Lisa's My Eclectic Life on Facebook and YouTube, she's also going to do a painty paper swap, but she's going to hold off and do hers in September. And I think she's planning to set it up as like a maybe a one-on-one or group swap where she would set everybody up. I don't know. She's working out her details. That's why she's asking for input in her group about the painty paper swap of what would be interesting to you. Not just that you're interested in doing it, but Lisa would like us to say what we would like to do in the next painty paper swap. Mine is just a rack swap because I just want people to spread the love and just mail to as many people as they want to and not have a set limit or certain people that you would just directly swap to. But I am in the hopes if you get paper that you'll reciprocate just to be nice. But in Lisa's group, I think she was talking about maybe doing it as a one-on-one. Yes, Maine Coon cats just have so much personality. Yeah, if you mix them up, Janet, they'll work. And if somebody doesn't want to use it in a book, in the little scribbly book idea, they can just use it for collage paper. I think it'd be awesome in some collages. So I'm doing one in my Facebook group, a painty paper swap, which is actually a rack exchange. And then Lisa at Lisa's My Eclectic Life, she is going to do one in September. Oh, I didn't see that. Like I said, we've been out running errands, and I just wanted to come on live and just chit chat with you guys because I don't do it very often to just come on and chat. But Mary's talking about Amy Aljon did a video on how to do your own embossing powders. I bet that is interesting. Okay, Vicki, if you're in the Facebook group, if you go to the events tab, there's an event called I can't remember what it's called now. It's a painty paper rack swap or something like that. If you just click on there and put that you're going, if you're interested in doing it, that way people will know you're interested in it. And then we also have a file in the file section that's actually a document that if you wanted to private message me your address, I could add it unless you want to add it yourself to the document. I just ask if you add yourself, put it in alphabetical order by your first name, not your last name. Because I think it's easier. We call each other by our first names. If you put it in by last names, it's not always, we don't always remember everybody's last name, but it's so easy to remember a first name. So that's why I said if you add it, put it in by your first name. And then that way, if your address is in there and you've signed up on the events tab, everybody knows that you're interested in getting Painty Papers mailed to you. I'm not going to tell everybody they have to mail to everybody because that could get crazy. But if you set up whatever amount you feel like you can do and just let the group know, I'm going to mail to like 5 people or whatever, you can do that, or just reciprocate. If you get some, reciprocate, just to be nice. And Janet just provided a link to Lisa's channel, not channel, but Facebook group. If you want to join Lisa's group. I think it's really cool. Amy takes the time to come up with a way to make it inexpensively. She's been doing this, you guys, for a long time now, of coming up with these ideas of spending just $5 at the Dollar Tree, and then she shows you how to make all kinds of stuff. It's just, Amy's channel is pretty awesome, and we all love Papa. Cool. Scott and I just laugh and laugh. Oh, Mary, I wanted to tell you, Scott said, heat gun alert, when I turned my heat gun on the other day. And I said, you heard Mary, didn't you? He said, yep, so I'll do it for you. Heat gun alert, he says. Scott's a nut, you guys. Awesome. Yeah, Lisa's waiting till September. I'd like to wrap up our rack exchange by August 31st. And I was thinking the majority of people would need the first few weeks of August to make Painty Paper, but we've all gone Painty Paper nutso. I'm going to try to move this, and hopefully I won't unplug myself, because my thrift store hardwire cable is working great. Hang on. Oh. Oh, that was something I learned this morning I wanted to share with Janet. My vet's office folks down in the Columbia area had said they have Brevetco for cats now. I asked the vet up here, who's an old-timey country kind of vet, about it. And he said that because I didn't see it on his counter, because he has a counter behind the counter, or shelves behind the counter. And I said, what about the Brevetco for cats? And he said, I've gotten reports back, and people have told me it does not last as long as it's labeled to. And I said, well, at $40 a pill, it better last 3 full months. And he said, and another thing, insecticides like in Brevetco for ticks is not good for cats. So just thought I'd share that with you. I love the Brevetco for the dogs, but I was not aware that the stuff for the cats could not be really safe for them. So I'm taking the word of my old-timey country doctor up here. So I just want to let you know, because I had recommended it, and I don't want you to make a cat sick. We're getting a lot of people in here that I don't recognize, and they sound dodgy. right now, I think Lisa's just wanting chit chat and chatter. I don't think she's set anything definite up yet. I could be wrong. Yeah, Janet's pretty good. She'll pop it up here for you in just a second. There you go. Hi, Barbara Clark. I was just going to show. Yeah, we got trolls popping up today. I guess it's because I'm on during the day. This is the ledger paper. And I'm going to just leave. If you're using a paper with lines on it, I would just leave it. That's my plan. If I do anything to these, is I might just do like Mary did and do like a little border on each side. So that's the ledger paper. This one I use the Joggles, that Joggles stamps. And then Mary, you'll like this one. I'm going to send this one to you because you like the little face. That's my paper from the table. And I didn't do anything on this side. So this is my cleanup paper from my painty papers from yesterday. And I stamped on a bunch of these. I stamped this stamp and it says, "The world is but a canvas to our imagination." So I'm going to send the one with the face to Mary though. And then I didn't do anything more to this because I just thought it looked blip and cool just as it is on this side. And this is where I laid the doily down on my jelly plate and then lifted it up and then pulled a print. And that's all I'm going to do to this because I think it looks so cool just like that. Do y'all think I should do more or is this all right? And then on the journaling side of it, get it right side up, I added some stamping on the inside, and you can see some of the paint got under some of my Post-its. So if Lisa pops in, it might be a good thing that hers were just falling off like they were because I had some paint go underneath. And I added some stenciling and stuff. But these just look so cool. I got a blue one and then the green one. And then on this one I've got upside down because see there's a little cat-shaped Post-it note things. But these just turned out good. And then I've separated things like all the ones that I did that I had the Joggles stamps on where I used that. I separated that because I didn't want to bury the Joggles, the ones like this that have the Joggles stamping on it. I didn't want to do any more. And if you get some of those stamps, this is something that happens. It's really cool. Let me see if I can find one that's really good. If you let the ink dry a little bit, that one's still not as good as I'd like. I want to show you a good one. If you let some of the paint and stuff dry a little bit on the stamp, and then pull a print, it does this. And I think this is so cool. Look at how that let loose some of the older paint, and it makes it real textured-y. So if you are using your stamps, don't use your really fine ones, but if you use something that's just a dot or even some of your table or household stuff, and you can let the paint dry a little bit on your whatever, and then use some wet paint, it really looks cool. Hi, Lori. The other Lori. But yeah, and I finished all of my inside. And see, some of these, I just did some roll off and just left it at that because I thought that would give even more room. So some of these I got really detailed with my insides. And then some I just left like this because I think that would be fine too. I might go back and stamp something like an art message on some of these. And someone was saying they wish they could do the painty papers, but they didn't have a jelly plate. This one was done with nothing but the brayer and my glass cutting board. I would just spread paint around on my glass cutting board and then just clean the brayer off. Same on the inside. That's just using the brayer to roll paint on. So you don't have to have, everything to do. Trying to find some more of the ones. Okay, these are the metallic ones that I'd use some metallic stuff on it, paints and things. And then on the inside is yesterday I went a little cray with rolling off and stamping. And so yeah, see, Lynn, Janet, I got a little crazy yesterday with the ones I was working on with just rolling paint because I didn't want to pull the plate out. So I just rolled paint on. And you can see where I stamped a bumblebee, and part of it's on my Post-it and part of it's in the painty paper. And I thought that looked pretty cool. So just play. This is some of that shift changing blue like Mary picked up. It looks really cool over plain acrylic. And see there again, I used my brayer to roll color on, and then I used the flip-flop, and it turned out really cool. So use your tub of stuff. It's a lot of fun. And I now have this much paper that I've already folded so I can create. But I've got to play with more of the ledger paper, the tracing paper, the doilies. See, I still have a bunch more I want to add. So I'll have a bunch to swap. I'm going to scroll back up real quick and see what all I've forgotten. Hi, Mary Hill. I told Scott what you said. He said, awesome. Yeah, the doily print, I pulled that and I was like, oh, that's got to stay just like that. So those will just go out. I'm going to do some more of the doily prints, and then maybe on the back do my roll-off printing on the back and leave some journaling spots or something. I'm just trying to catch up with you guys. Yeah, the Brevetco for cats is not necessarily safe for them, according to my old country doctor vet. Yay, free supplies. Oh, okay. Heat gun alert. I've picked out the 12 prompts for next week too. Do y'all want me to post those for the next Dirty Dozen? Do you want me to go ahead and post them? Because I'm going to have to find some bottles that these tips will fit. Yes, Dollar Tree is an excellent place to go. Shop the beauty section, the kitchen section, the automotive section, the storage section. I'm thinking of all the places you could find stuff to make a mark. Basically, if you can make a mark with it after you've dipped in paint, it's all good. Tanya and I were talking about raid your husband's nuts, bolts, and screws, because the heads of the screws and the bolts and stuff will all be different or slightly different. Like, screws, you have Phillips head, you have flat head, and then the little square heads. So it could be fun to just, take a screw and just lightly pop it around on your jelly plate, but don't press down hard and never use the point. Nope, you do not need a jelly plate to do that either. Somebody's saying they would love to do a swap across the big pond. That's Elliot, Lovely Deja. Yeah, a brayer is a lot of fun. There's a fly on my screen, right on my nose. Oh, he's not no more. Thanks, ladies. And gents, if anybody's still here. Yay, Mary gets the little face. I like to, when I'm watching somebody else, if I'm at a point where I'm waiting for something to dry on my end, I'll grab a marker and just start doodling on the paper I put down on the table. Hi, Susan Baker. Did you get some good rest? You were so tired last night. And I think it was last night you said, I'm going to bed. I might have to come up with something. I'm going to think on something. Something just popped in my head. I got to think on it. Add it to my think, they say. Yes, cleaning. When a little nail brush, you could just lightly pop it along. It would be something cool on your paper too. Good. Yeah, it was night before. You know what? When you don't have a job to go to every day, the days are just a day. It's like if I didn't know we had to go down to the house tomorrow, I wouldn't know today was Friday. Yeah, I know. It was like, woo, bowling. Okay, guys, I guess I've spent enough time chit-chatting, and I really do need to go get groceries. I hate going to get groceries on Friday at 5 o'clock. I've got 2 hours to go get groceries and get back here. Plus, I've got to try to get the lawn mowed before Mary goes live later. I wouldn't necessarily say every day's a weekend, but yeah, because I still have to get up and do things for Scott on the days he has to work and have his lunches ready and that kind of stuff. So it's not like I don't work. I'm working. I just don't get paid. Thanks, Lori. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go and I'll go get groceries. Oh, one thing, Mary, before I go, those metallic paints you were using, are those some you got at Walmart? Trying to let the lag catch up. Yeah, I got this much done and I'm still going to do a little bit more. But by the time you divide it up into little pieces. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll just look at Walmart and see what they have in metallic paints because I don't have very many left. Bye, guys.